Okay, hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan. Coming to make this very deep but sincere video for y'all because y'all need to know this. Okay, everybody just need to understand one thing. God is aware of God's aware of everything that everybody goes through. He sees everything that everybody goes through. He's not blind to it. He's not stupid. He's not any of that. But here's the thing about it. God has a will for humanity. So does the devil. Now here's the part where mankind's free will has an effect to it. See, God puts everyone in a particular lifestyle for a reason. Because one, there's a purpose for your being, and two, you're being tested and tried on a purpose. And what I mean when I say is, God already foresees everything you deal with way before you deal with it. But He wants to put you through it because if He just tells you, oh, well, you're going to marry this person, they might cheat on you, they might steal everything you have, and oh, yeah, you might end up in jail because they might set you up for rape or murder or something. You'll be like, ah, oh, God, that ain't going to happen. You're lying. He shows it to you visually. Because it is only because you haven't lived that exact moment yet that you don't believe him. But he's already been in the future to where the person's mindset, along with yours, has already acted on the situation. Anyway, plus he already foresees what Lucifer in hell is writing in his scroll about your life versus what the Father writes in his scroll about your life. Pretty much you're always being tried and tested on a daily, on every situation, on every side, no matter what it is or where it is or how it is. Anyway, but the fact of the matter is a lot of that stuff has to do with human decision making. Like, and you kind of wonder why everyday people make good and bad decisions based off of the stuff that they see and the stuff they're raised around, and also what they're taught. So, the big picture to it is learning about yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths, how you react to other people, how other people react to you. Do you truly know who you are as a person, or do you fake yourself to make life better for yourself? Um, but yeah, people gotta learn to be honest with themselves about every aspect of your life. Because to be honest with you, everyone asks the question of why you can't see God, why you can't see Jesus, why you can't see spirits, why a lot of things are invisible to you. Well, here's the thing. Spirits and God and the devil, all that teaching, it really won't mean nothing if you don't know who you are. Because at the end of the day, when you look at God or you talk to God, it's not you talking to God about God, it's you talking to God about you. In other words, God is what you call a being of knowledge, wisdom, and all power. You as a human being try to wonder God and challenge God. But the thing that humans don't get is the way you see God and you perceive God is based off of what you see as yourself. Honestly. Other thing is, and I'm going to just say this because this is something very important that needs to be understood. As far as this COVID virus thing going around taking people out and life in general, death occurring to people, you can't blame yourself or be upset about a person passing away Because humans do not control life and death. That's God's job. He decides who comes and when they are ready and if they're not. Now, if a person stays down here because they see that they don't want to pass because they feel like they're leaving someone behind or there's something they didn't finish, that's a human decision. But when the Father's ready to take you, He's going to take you. And it's not because He's selfish or He doesn't think about what you want. He just sees that spiritually you're tired of suffering. Other people want to keep you down here for their own selfish purposes, but they want to make it like it's for you, but it's really for them. But in the end, you can't feel bad or you can't guilt yourself about someone passing away, because a lot of people end up not being able to pass away because they feel bad because someone else did and they wish they could have stopped it. It's not your fault. Life and death is not in your control. Time and space have nothing to do with your control. As if you haven't noticed, the sun rises and the sun sets. Doesn't matter what your choices are. Time still moves forward, whether you do or you don't. People change whether you do or you don't. Life in general keeps moving whether you do or you don't. So life and death it's not in your control. You could be the healthiest person alive, still have a really bad heart attack and pass away. None of that stuff matters. Death is going to come for you when it's time for death to come to you. All that extra, I work out, I eat healthy, that stuff don't matter. At the end of the day, when it's time for you to leave this world, you're gone. Straight up. There's all that health freak stuff's not going to stop that. Anyway, for people who ask why they can't see God or they don't know what He looks like, here's the thing y'all need to remember. God is a being of spirit, means He can be any form at any time He wishes to be. So can Jesus, so can any spirit. A spirit doesn't have one particular form. They take a form based off of the person. And the person is a lot more affected by the form because it might either scare you, you might not be telling yourself the truth about what you really believe in, or do you know yourself as well as you think you do? Because the spirit can turn into anything or anybody and deceive. It can even turn into you and deceive you. It's all about, do you know yourself? That's all I'm saying. But to be honest, like I said before, God sees everything, He knows everything, He's aware of everything. But He allows humanity to make its own choices. So at the end of the day, you either better yourself or you worsen yourself. The Father's just there to guide you through your bad and good decisions that He already sees you making. And as He sits up high and looks down low, He's seeing who's bettering yourself, who's worsening yourself. You pray to Him to help you better yourself. But the question always rises, do you really want to better yourself, or are you just saying that because of what you feel like at the moment? What He gives you, do you really want it, or that's what you want at the moment because that's how you feel? Straight up. And the Father doesn't show humanity itself because God's what you call perfect. Man is what you call sin. And God knows if He showed Himself to humanity that everyone would cry, be scared, worry about their life. Did I do this right? Did I do this wrong? Then you fear Him because He knows what you think and when you're thinking, and He knows what you do, when you do it, how you do it, how long you were thinking about doing it, pretty much all that. And He don't want you seeing Him, and you know He knows everything you did, and you look into His eyes and you see all the stuff you ever did in life, and it makes you ashamed. Now you feel bad. Now you don't think you're worthy enough to be the Father's child. That's why He hides it. So He allows you to sin in your own free will, but forgives you for it because He knows you don't know no better. But in all reality, spirits can't show themselves to you because you can't handle the truth of what a spirit is. For real. Just like when your loved ones pass, a lot of people be worrying about where their loved ones went to. Are they in heaven? Are they in hell? The Father made the spirit invisible, so when the person passes, or if they don't, they stay on earth, you don't know about it because He doesn't want you tripping about it like, oh, well, if that person went to hell, it's my fault because I taught them right from wrong. and they didn't listen, so now they're held. It's my fault. Nah, it's a guilt trip. Or, for prime example, if the person did go to heaven, you're separated from them, so now it's like, what am I going to do without this person here? But they're at peace, but you can only see them in that place up above. You can't see them down here, so you don't know. Or they might have went to purgatory or the catacombs. You never know. That's why he made the spirit invisible. So if that person did or did not pass their judgment day, it's not for you to know. It's for that person alone to deal with that. All the thing you can do is hope that they passed, if they even left this earth after they passed, because a lot of people don't leave. Some stay here. You just can't see them, or you can. That's why they're called a ghost or a spirit. They linger on the earth until they find peace with their life, then they pass. You feel me? So, yeah. And just so it's understood, the Father hid himself so that way you could sin and not feel guilty or bad about doing it. Because when he finally decides to reveal himself, it's going to show who really knows him and who doesn't, because there's a lot of people that fear him. There's a lot of people that blaspheme him. There's a lot of people that go to church saying they believe in God and really don't. And when he decides to really show himself, everyone's true colors are going to come out, and a lot of people are going to fear God. That's why he doesn't show himself. Too many fearful people on this earth that don't admit they fear God, period. A lot of people, a whole lot. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm out.